won by
Okay.
3 votes.
Patty, are you ready?
I am.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's Tuesday, April 14th Common Council meeting. Call the order. Roll, please.
Fernsler.
Here.
Hanson.
Present.
Sedlacek.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Hildebrand.
Here.
Markham.
Here.
Fowler.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
For the record, we have a quorum. Next item is the pledge. Please stand. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item is the approval of the consent agenda. Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved, Alder Markham. Second, Alder Williams.
We have a first and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? Alderman Fowler?
Yeah, I'd like to comment on H. Namely, the Plant Commission.
Do you want to briefly comment now, or you want to pull it out and comment on it later?
I can do it whenever you like.
You can do it now if you want. Or
Well-
if it's prudent, we can certainly pull it out.
Yeah. My comment has to do with some things I've been seeing lately, mainly in the review and also in Plan Commission hearing. And it says, basically, I'll net it out, it says that for the solar project, that it's not going to cost anything. That is not true. That $35,000, we still have to pay that. And I think the public reads these things, they think everything's free. That $35,000 could go to some other expense. So it's really mixing apples and oranges up, and it's not true. So I hope the public understands that. We are paying $35,000 of city money for the solar project. That's it.
Okay. That, we can allow some comment here, but for the record, if we do have an item that we want further discussion on, we can certainly pull it out and move it to the items removed from the consent agenda. So we have some flexibility, and there's no hard and fast rule for that. But certainly if we want more discussion, then Alderman can simply ask to have it removed for more discussion. I guess that's where I was going with that, Alderman Fowler.
Okay.
Okay, good. Any other comments? Alderman Hanson.
So my question is, was this to be removed from the consent agenda and talk it later on, or is this,
I think, I understand it just to be a brief comment
because it should
at
be,
this point,
should be
but,
no discussion at this
but
time on it, but should
but
be
we
done later on.
can pull items out and have more in-depth discussion as we go forward, and that's okay too. So it's up to the person making the motion if they want to pull it out and maybe put more emphasis on it.
Probably shouldn't have discussion at this time. It should have been taken out technically on it, but, because we haven't done it just too many times, but
Yeah.
if you're gonna have discussion on it, it should be, has to be taken out, and then later on, then we discuss it. Not that you did.
Any other comment?
Well, the mayor said I could comment on it now, so I did.
Well, if it's not too in-depth,
No.
so if it's just a general comment, I guess hearing it, maybe it could have been pulled out.
Because if somebody
It's
wanna-
hard to say.
Somebody want to comment back on that,
Yeah, then if there was a rebuttal or something, then I would ask to have that moved to the item 7 tonight. Okay, clerk will call the roll, please.
Nelson.
Yes.
Hildebrand.
yes.
Fowler.
Yes.
Markham.
Yes.
Fernsler.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Sedlacek.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Moving on, item 4. Item 4 is the audience portion where we ask people to sign in and be recognized by the chair. That's where you do the talking and we do the listening. Tonight, we have 2 people that signed up. First one, Bill Imig. Bill?
Thank you, Mayor Bullen. 2 things. First of all, just to let everyone know that the yard waste drop-off area is open beginning this Saturday. It's open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. to drop off yard waste and grass clippings and that kind of thing, and branches. And then on the other thing I want to tell you about is the logging at the landfill has been completed, and now there's a lot of treetops laying on the ground, and people have seen them, and a number of people have been interested in how do I get that wood. So what I'm doing is we'll be taking sealed bids until 4 p.m. May 8th, which is a Friday, for the purchase of the wood. And the highest bidder will be notified on May 11th. There's 40 acres of woods located on Highway 67, about a half-mile west of Contract Highway S. The wood sale is for the downed hardwood treetops. To inspect the area, you can contact Tanya Williamson at the Plymouth Utilities, 893-1471, and she'll coordinate getting you access to go out and look at what's out there. You can walk around and look. And then we'll also give you a sheet on what you need to submit with your bid. And the highest bidder will have access to remove the wood from, let's see, I said May 15th to December 6th. We'll require the person doing the work to sign a liability waiver. We'll be directing them on how they can access. We don't want them driving all over, and we especially want to make sure they know about the monitoring wells. So we're taking sealed bids until May 8th. I don't expect this to be a huge revenue maker. I'm announcing it today. It's going to be on our webpage. It'll be on TV 14. Tell all your friends, and we'll see what we come up with. So yard waste is open on Saturdays, and we're selling firewood. Thank you.
Such a deal. Thank you, Bill. Next person is John Nelson. John,
Can I stay here and
you
speak? Okay.
you certainly may.
You know, with spring and people getting out to walk and especially walking their pets, I had a constituent complain about dog waste being left in their yard, and I just thought it was worth mentioning to people that you really need to take care to carry along a bag to pick up after your dog and take it home and dispose of it properly. It's common courtesy. Nobody wants waste in their yard, whether you own a pet or not, so just please be careful and take care of your pet, so.
Good. Thank you, John. We encourage people to sign up and address the council of items of concern, and certainly we encourage you to do that. Moving on, item 5, proclamation for National Library Week, April 12th through the 18th, 2015. I'll ask Clerk Huberty to read the proclamation, and tonight we have our director, Martha Roche, here to accept the proclamation. Clerk Huberty.
Whereas libraries create potential and possibilities within their community, whereas libraries level the playing field for all who seek information and access to technologies, whereas libraries continuously grow and evolve in how they provide for the needs of every member of their community, whereas libraries and librarians open up a world of possibilities through innovative programming, informational services, job-seeking resources, and the power of reading, whereas librarians are trained professionals providing technology, resources, and access to downloadable content such as e-books, whereas libraries support democracy and affect social change through their commitment to provide equitable access to information for all library users regardless of status. Whereas libraries, librarians, library staff, and supporters across America are celebrating National Library Week, now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Donald Homan proclaims National Library Week, April 12th to the 18th, 2015, in the city of Plymouth, and encourages all residents to visit the library this week and take advantage of the wonderful resources available at our library.
Thank you, Clerk Huberty. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the proclamation as read.
So moved. Second, Alder Hanson.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. On behalf of the Plymouth Common Council, it is indeed a pleasure and a privilege to have a proclamation citing the week of April 12th to the 18th, 2015 as National Library Week. Congratulations.
All right, I'll say a few words. I did pass out to everybody bookmarks, read, and pencil, and I also gave you a copy of our schedule of events for our 100-year anniversary, which I had spoken about a few months ago, a month ago or whatever, with regard to what's going on. It's a special year for us, so National Library Week is special also because it's more special with what we're doing as far as our programming goes. So please feel free to read that, participate in the schedule of events, and we'll be very happy to see you there. We are giving away small gifts this week, so if you visit the library, you will get a gift, and we're also having a drawing for some writing journals, so feel free to participate in that, and we hope to see you use our library. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Moving on, item 6, resolutions. Number 10, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Plymouth providing for implementation of a full K-9 program upon successful fundraising, incorporating the K-9 program as part of the core service level of the police department, providing for an effective date of service, and authorizing the purchase of a K-9 squad unit. I'll ask Chief Tauschek to summarize this for us. Chief?
Thank you. I can give you a quick update on our fundraising. I'm happy to report, as of today, we have $16,400 that we have received. I'm working with 3 companies in the Plymouth area that are also have indicated that they will donate, and those 3 companies, the donations total would be $25,000. I also received a phone call from Quick Trip. We received their $500 grant, so with that $500 grant coming from Quick Trip, and once we receive the other $25,000, we should have $41,900 in the account. Also, we're still waiting to hear on a drug-free community grant, which is a $2,000 grant, and also a Walmart grant. And we also have 3 or 4 fundraising activities scheduled between June and September. So I'm happy to say we're well on our way. As the funds are coming in, part of the resolution tonight is to purchase a squad car from Van Horn Automotive. I think you have a copy of that resolution. We'll move forward on getting that prepared, and then looking at next week contacting the vendor that is providing the dog and getting some time frame on how long the training. It will take 2 weeks, but when a dog would be available. So we're moving forward on this. A lot quicker than I had thought.
Good.
All part of the community's generosity.
Chief, I'm
Sounds
sorry,
good.
can you talk about the car a little bit more?
Sure.
'Cause, you talked about it with the Finance and Personnel
When,
Committee, but not the rest.
Sure, when we sent out the notices for donations, Van Horn Automotive called us and said that they had in their possession a 2014 Dodge Charger Squad equipped with siren and red lights. So it's about $2,500 worth of options that we don't have to purchase. And as part of that, the squad has 840 miles, and it was a squad car used by Dodge as a demo at law enforcement shows and those types of things, and to take to dealerships. So their price was a $28,000 cost to them. They're willing to donate 5,000 marked down on that, so for 23,000 we can get that vehicle. We've looked at it, it will fit our needs, it's the right height for a dog. Part of the issue is with a canine, the dog jumping in and out of a hired vehicle is hard on their joints, so they came and contacted us, and it would work fine for us. So. Any questions?
Good, thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
The chair will entertain a motion to approve resolution number 10 of 2015 as printed, and we all have a copy of that, and it's on our website for viewers to see.
So moved, Alder Marshall. Second, Alder Sedlacek.
We have a first and a second to approve resolution number 10 of 2015. As indicated, any questions? Any questions of the chief? Clerk will call the roll, please.
Hanson,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Sedlacek,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Fernsler,
Yes.
Hildebrand.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Item 7, items removed from the consent agenda. We did not have any this evening. I think it was a positive comment for Alderman Hanson to make before regarding if we're going to have any long discussions, we should remove that from the consent agenda and then have greater time for rebuttal and further discussion. If it's just a quick item that you want to comment on, certainly it doesn't hurt to do it in the consent format. But we'll certainly try to monitor that a little bit going ahead. Moving on, item 8, new business update on the Franklin Street and Schwartz Street sanitary sewer project. Bill, you want to give us an update, please?
Sure. Sent you a memo, so I think you know what I'm gonna say it, but Franklin Street is located between Park Street and Plymouth Street, just south and west of Western Avenue. And it kind of zips up dead end to the ski hill. And the block we're having problems with is between Park Street and Plymouth Street. There's a couple residences that have had sewage backing up into their basements. We brought a TV camera up there to televise it, and we got in about 100 feet from Park Street, and we hit a spot where the pipe was so displaced that we couldn't get through. So we tried coming up the other way, and we couldn't get through. So we've got about 200 feet of sanitary sewer that we really don't know the condition, but we do know that it's been plugging, and it's an old clay tile, and we can't get a jetting machine far enough in to break up where it's been backing up, and we've been jetting it probably almost every 10 days. And this started probably in, let's see, right now, April, end of February. If these two projects hadn't come at the same time, I might have just gone ahead and done this one, but the total project is gonna be, each street's gonna be about $40,000 or $45,000 construction plus the inspection. So Franklin Street's one street, and then the other street is Schwartz Street. Schwartz Street is off of Sunset and Locke. It's north and east of Western Avenue. It's kind of, if you know where the cold storage buildings is, if you're at cold storage, that's the beginning of Schwartz Street. It's the other end of the street. And there we have a 300 feet of clay tile. Again, we had some sewer backups. We went up, we did get it televised, and it's got roots in it, it's got tops where it's completely gone. We got a sewer jet up there what they do is they shoot a hose with a high pressure water, and they pull it back, bringing debris with it, and we were bringing chunks of pipe with us. So, and this happened probably in January, when the frost was probably the thickest. I had gotten a price to fix Schwartz Street right away, but the cost of the frost was like $10,000 or $12,000 that, we could jet it and get through now for less of a cost. So I've got plans and specs. There's an advertisement in the paper already. We've got 6 contractors that have plans already, so we should be getting, I hope, some reasonable bids. Planning to open bids April 23rd and awarding this contract at the next council meeting so that we can get the pipes installed by the middle of June. So that's kind of a lowdown on Franklin Street and Schwartz Street. They're both all clay tiles. We'll be replacing a 6-inch line with an 8-inch plastic pipe. And on one of them, the manhole on the corner of Park and Franklin, we'll be replacing. When we look down that, that's an old brick manhole that's not in very good condition. So, any questions about the work going on up here? Okay, so it's just more of an update. Thank you.
Good, thank you, Bill. Sounds like another street repair job.
Yes, it'll be.
Will be all over the city. Moving on, item 9 is not needed this evening. We'll delete items 9, 10, and 11 and bring those back at the next council meeting. Item 12, Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn until the organization meeting Tuesday, April 21st at 8 o'clock.
So moved, Alder Markham. Second, Hildebrand.
We have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We stand adjourned.